Uh-oh. Uh-oh, y'all. It's about that time. About that time, y'all. Black Power. The general in the house. The general's in the house. It's the truth hour. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. You feel what I'm saying? Today we're gonna be dealing with a very, very powerful subject. We're gonna be talking about the mighty Niger today. The mighty Niger. Some say nigga river. Y'all don't want to use that one. That one gonna take you somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to keep it. Y'all got to keep it with with the bougie J in it. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it with the little bougie J in it. You don't want to go with the knocker. You don't want to go there. So today we're gonna be dealing with the powerful, the mighty, powerful Niger River, sister to the Nile River, as powerful, as powerful. Must state that. Ah. All right, family, y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Official General Cyrus Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, and much, much more. You feel me? You need to get on over there. I got something fly for you, guaranteed to rock the house. I got some new products on the way. Matter of fact, I got some in today. You see what I'm saying? You wake up tomorrow, you're going, and goddamn it, Black Christmas. Nigga, you can come on, get your power. Come and get your energy. KingSeti.com online marketplace. Okay, to the family out there, y'all know what time it is. It is ring the alarm. GeneralSeti.com. The complete General Seti website. Over 800 videos and lectures. Too raw for YouTube. You got to get it. Too raw for YouTube. The Making of the White Man series. You got to have that one. All the debates. You understand? Digging in them niggas' chests, all world religions, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and all the Hinduism, Buddhism, and all the other isms. Ancient Egypt, Ethiopia, India. We got the black politics, economics, policies, gas, the Black Woman is God series, and much, much more. Goddamn, with 800 videos and lectures, it's hard to put it all in there at one time. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you get on over there to generalseti.com and be amazed at the lineup that we got over there. To my family out there, want you to get on over to my Patreon, General Sarasum Seti. We got those exclusive live stream lectures. You understand? When you're ready to get them lectures, as raw as they come, then you need to get over at my Patreon, General Sarasum Seti. All the links is in the video description for the family. All the links are in the video description, and you just can't go wrong, family. And so let me get over here and get down there, and make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channel. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. King General Seti, Sarasun Seti, and King Seti for the family out there. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it. Okay. Now today, as I said, we're gonna be dealing with the mighty Niger River. You know, for some of y'all, it's just the nigger river. Because ain't no damn J into the 16th century. And so they try to sweeten it up. It's a romantic term. It come out of Rome. You see, and so if it wasn't no J into the 16th century, it was pronounced nigger. And I know that hurt. I know that hurt. I know that hurt because you always been taught that and it means black. It means black. That's exactly what it means. And so it's been given all type of other names today. You know what I'm saying? And that's all right. We're gonna clarify a lot of that as best we can. Some it can't be clarified because y'all lost in the sauce, and we can't wake you up. Okay. Now, one of the powerful things about this area in West Africa that was, at one time was called the West Sudan. Okay, the West Sudan, and it's many African tribes that lay claim to originating in East Africa, just as many East African tribes that lay claim to originating in Southern Africa. You see? And so, we're stressing the fact that we about all Africa. We not into no one side and, north over south, south over north, east over west, west over east. We're about all of Africa. You see, and that's where a lot of our peoples is losing because you're lopsided. Africa is one continent. You don't see no other peoples and shit that's so lopsided like that. I guess when you're looking at them Europeans and shit, but that just show you where they gonna go with it. You see how lopsided they ass is, and they up there, they about to start a world war any day now. You know what I'm saying? But understanding the great river systems of Africa, the great, so many great. It's not when you're talking about continent, yeah, they might got one, but how many, Africa got about 10 great rivers and more than that. You know what I'm saying? So Africa got more great rivers than any one continent, and we talking about, rivers running through Gardens of Eden. When you're talking about the Niger, as you look at this, this image here, you know what I'm saying? This photo, a map of, West Africa. You see, this is the water basin, the watershed of the Niger River. So what you see in the green, when it overflow, that's the water, as it floods out over the plains. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, when you got water like that, you got all type of animal life. You got all type of fish and animal life all through the area, and you're talking about all types of, lions and, elephants and so on and so forth in these areas. So it's just, it's just all type of life. And then if you go into the most southern areas on that Gulf of Guinea, you see down there you got rainforests. You got rainforests running all through there, and the Congo rainforest right up under. You see, and so this is a Garden of Eden, and we got, as Africans, as we tell our story, we most definitely we do have to speak of not just the Nile, but we must speak of the Congo. We must speak of the Niger. You understand? We must speak of the Orange River, the Limpopo River, and so many other rivers that, the White Nile, the Blue Nile. There's other parts of the, and so many tributaries that people don't even know about. There's going, when we talk about, the Nile River, and we, it's all type of, rivers coming up out of Ethiopia that connect into the Nile, not just the Blue Nile, not just the Atbara, not just the Atbara, but there's other, which I'm gonna get into, that connect into the Nile further south, further south. And so, because this is building up an economic basin, for our peoples all over the continent, and there's no reason with this type of paradise of a continent that our people should be longing for anything, because the basis of what we need first and foremost, food, shelter, you got land, you got, overwhelming areas full of food, and and food and land and so on and so forth. And so it shouldn't be no reason that our people should be talking about they hungry for nothing in the world. You know what I'm saying? And as you can see, the Niger, many great civilizations came up on this river. Many great civilizations came up on this river. The three Ghana, Mali, Songhai. You know what I'm saying? And many people don't talk about the knock. They don't talk about the knock. You see, they don't talk about the knock, and which is has been documented to be the oldest culture that they done found today. You know what I'm saying? Soon as you find one, you find something more ancient. And I've seen documentation where, there was Africans in West Africa over 80,000 years ago. They was over there 80,000 years ago. Many of the Africans took that route when they went across what you call the Straits of Gibraltar. They went across and went into what is known today as Europe, going through the Straits of Gibraltar. They took that route, and that's the Twa, the Khoisan people, took that route. And so our people have been on that side of the continent for a very long time, and so, a lot of the truth just ain't being revealed because it's still that day and age and where, the truth, unless black people gonna be courageous and come outside, because too many times, what I see out there, too many times, these wannabe black scholars, they stay right in the confines of the chronology of the European. I'm a courageous scholar. I go where no mind has gone before. Once I got some clear understanding how ancient my people is, you're not gonna keep me in no confines or no 1,000 year and two. They're just like the pyramid. And I keep, hearing people, and I bring it up. We talking about the Niger, but again, when you're talking about West Africa, you're talking about East Africa, because even the Songhai people say they come from East Africa. They say they come from East Africa. This is documented, and you can do the research. And so you're talking about one of the greatest civilizations out of West Africa. And I brought a video today where the brother, who represents the Nok people today, and he's out of the tribe of the Nok people today, and he say they came up out of Upper Egypt, that they come up out of Upper Egypt. So isn't it, why would our people leave behind their great civilizations to these goddamn Arabs and these goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthals? And I've told people many, many times before that, you can think you can leave cancer in your body. A lot of people say, let them have it. No, don't let them have it. Because when you let them have that, their intentions is to take far more. You understand? And so you don't give them no part. I don't give them no part. I fight for, goddamn it, everything around Africa. I fight for, what they call the Middle East, India. I fight hard. I don't give them shit. I run them back up in the cave where they belong. I don't give them, y'all ain't courageous enough. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all ain't courageous enough. I see a lot of, wannabe scholars and shit, t-shirt and necklace niggas, dashiki and flip-flop niggas, incense and prayer rug niggas. That's all you gonna do. You want to stay in the confines of the chronology of the Cro-Magnon. And, I'm at war with that. I don't never let nobody count my pockets. Never. I count my own pockets. Just like, a lot of people say, they got something older than the pyramid. I said, well, goddamn, did you add the goddamn, the how long it took to develop the damn knowledge and add that to the date of the pyramid and understand that, goddamn it, you talking about at least 500,000 years of evolution? And y'all, and I hear people talking about this shit is old. Man, go somewhere and sit down with that shit. You see, they ain't got enough, warrior scholars that are digging their goddamn chest. Y'all niggas want to stay right there in the confines, in the prison system, the so-called scholarly prison system of the Western world. You don't want to step outside of that. And so when we're looking at the Niger, let me come down. You see many of the great civilizations in Timbuktu run, the Niger River runs right through Timbuktu. You understand? Just like the Nile runs through, many of the other great rivers. It's the same spiritual system. You know what I'm saying? It has its, West African, but then when you dig deep down into the cultures of both the African people on the Niger and the Nile, you're gonna see that there is a spiritual unity, a thread that's running, and it's deep. It's deep. You see, to show you that this is one people. You understand? With just beautiful in the various flavors and colors of the universe, energies of the universe. And that's how we come. And so you see the great city of Timbuktu, the Niger River flows through, and then you got Jenna. You know what I'm saying? You got Jenna, that another very ancient and powerful center that the Niger River flows through. And it flows from up out of I believe Guinea. It flows out of the highlands of Guinea, and it forms like a crescent, and it comes in the mouth, and it comes up and around and down, and it flows through Sierra Leone, Guinea, Mali, Burkina Faso, Benin, Niger, and Nigeria. I'm probably leaving out one or two, you know, and the mouth, it comes around into the delta of Niger, you know, and this is where it empties into the Atlantic Ocean. And that, and so I believe they called some of those rivers over there when you get in the Nile Delta, the oil rivers. I don't know, is it because they got so much oil over there? Because Nigeria they say they got that sweet oil. That shit don't even have to be refined. It's coming up already, ready to roll. You see? And so when you look at, many of these great, cultures that come up, around and about the Niger, it just shows you that, this is as powerful as the Nile. It is as powerful as the Nile when you look at it, and have to give respect to that greatness. We have to give respect to that greatness. And so, let me move down through here. And so when we look at you see, when you look around in the southern parts of the coast, right up under you see that's prime agricultural land. And then you got savanna, uh, prime pasture. You see what I'm saying? Prime pasture. Then you got grass, lawn, suitable pastoral land. And so it's good, for everything that you need for your animals, your agriculture. You got water. So you got plenty of fishing going on. You could survive. If Africa could get the that the plague of Western, the virus of Western, oppression, and that goes anywhere and everywhere on the damn planet. If you can get that up off of you, but you see, a lot of people think they're gonna pray that shit away. They don't understand that it's not gonna be that way. You know what I'm saying? And just like I say, you can run, but you cannot hide. You got to deal with it. You see what I'm saying? You got to deal with it. It's just like, and I use what the European is doing to himself today. You can see how this beef between Russia and the so-called Western European nations, NATO. And Russia's saying, y'all can't come to my damn doorstep. You can't come to my doorstep because I know what your intentions is. You want to put goddamn bombs and shit right you talking about a couple 100 miles from my damn capital. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna let you do it. And so they're gonna run up in Ukraine and this, that, and the third. So it just show you the intentions of the European. He gonna keep pushing and he gonna keep pushing and he gonna keep pushing. You see what I'm saying? And our people haven't learned yet about it. They giving this Cro-Magnon Neanderthal a nature that is not his. This illusion that all peoples are the same has got a lot of our people just fucked up in the head, straight up. You know what I'm saying? They assigning these goddamn Cro-Magnon Neanderthal natures that they do not possess. You see? And so, just like the Nile, the Niger floods each year from September to May. It floods out there. And so, everything it's gonna be going down. When that shit dry up, it's gonna be problems out there. They're gonna have to, the animals gonna have to migrate. You know what I'm saying? When they get to drying up out there, it be, especially for the animals, that like to dwell in the water, and just the animals that like to drink shit. You know what I'm saying? I can see them. When that water dry up, shit, they get skinny out there. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn lions, you can see their damn rib cages and shit. You can see their rib cages. But you got some of the major tributaries. I hate when I got these markings in the back. Let me take these on out of here. I do this all the time. I do it all the time. Let me make sure I get them out of here. Yeah. I stay on my geography, y'all, because you ain't taking over shit unless that's just like the art of war. You got to know the terrain. You got to know the seasons. You can't even, you know what I'm saying? And so if you ain't talking about no geography and no geology, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand topography, nigga, you ain't ready for no war. I don't know no general that, first place they go to war is on the map. You see what I'm saying? You even seen them when they in there with them they got their little toy soldiers on the map, and they move them motherfuckers around the map and shit. This is where it start at. When you understand terrain, you understand, resources, land resources, animal resources. Then you starting to talk about nationhood. Okay, how you gonna feed your nation? Number one. How you gonna defend your nation? Number two. And so here you seeing, some of the great rivers, even in the Congo, the Orange, the Limpopo, the Nile, and then you seeing some of them great lakes too, which I'm gonna deal with. And so you got water, you got highways, going, through the Niger, going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about eight nations. About 8 nations. And probably, not far off from many more. So this one river, is really is the lifeline of West Africa. You see, and just like the Nile coming from deep south, you could take it all the way down to the Mediterranean. So you connecting in the Congo. They don't show many times how many tributaries that these rivers have. I mean, honestly, I believe that damn near the Congo, damn near connecting to the Nile. It's tributaries up in there. Just like when you look at this map right here, they ain't showing y'all the Sud region. That's going west. That's going west from the great, what they call Lake Vic, criminally renamed Lake Victoria. You see what I'm saying? So you got rivers, you got tributaries that's going west, and then the Congo got tributaries that's going east. So, many times these rivers ain't far from connecting. If they very well may be connected in certain areas, or it wouldn't take much to build canals, to connect these rivers. And so when you're talking about the Niger, and even though it very well may not connect to the Nile and the Congo, they had trade routes where they moved on the backs of animals. And so you could see very extensively, where Songhai and primarily all the Western African nations was trading with Egypt and Nubia. This is a fact. This is a fact. So you can, you talking about Egypt, the seats, the citadel of ancient knowledge, and then you got Timbuktu, a citadel of, mid, what we'll say medieval. I won't even say that. I had to come up with terms, but you're talking about, from 1000 AD, forward, you're talking about Timbuktu being a citadel of intellectual knowledge and scholastic ship and all type of astronomy, literature, science, mathematics, medicine. It was the greatest university system of the world at that time, and the literature still remains to back it up. And that's I've always been attached to Timbuktu. It's like some type of mystical land for a lot of people. It's like some mystical city, some mystical land because of its renowned greatness. But it's real. It's not just a myth. It's real. It was the citadel of knowledge, and as far as all science and art in the world at that time. And it's an extension of the Nile Valley. It's an extension because when the conquer was coming in, shit, they didn't, a lot of Africans, some went south, some went west, went west. And so, they hooked up with family over there, and they added to the greatness that was already in West Africa. And it grew into what it is today, what it was at that time. You see? And so, I don't want people to believe that at any time that Egypt was just, a tribe of African, one tribe. It was you talking about Africans from damn near 4,000 miles going up and down that river. So you could be talking about hundreds and hundreds of different African peoples that had a hand in making those nations as great as they was. And so, we gonna be doing a great work this year, connecting all of Africa. We ain't running from nothing. And we ain't scared to go where, conventional scholarship won't go because they scared to go. I'm going all the way I'm throwing the motherfucker in the end zone. Some of you niggas want to throw 2 yards, 3 yards. That ain't enough for me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take that on into the end zone. And so, we see here again, we talking about the great civilizations of Ghana, Mali, and Songhai. And Songhai was as large as the damn United States. You know what I'm saying? You talking about damn near all of Western Europe could sit in Songhai. You see what I'm saying? Damn near the whole of the Western Europe could sit in damn Songhai. And so we talking about, the great leader Sonny Ali. Sonny Ali, who was the first king of Songhai. And then we talking about another great leader, Askia Muhammad, who extended, probably was the second great king that was known in that area. And Sonny Ali is considered one of the greatest rulers, as far as talking about, establishing a nation and, and military strategist and we talking about a diplomat. You know what I'm saying? Able to, conduct, diplomacy with other nations. He's considered possibly one of the greatest rulers of all times. You see, to hold that, that's much land under his sway, and and do it, with such power and such, efficiency. You see, and so we give, so he's one of the greatest African kings of all times. Regardless to wherever you come from. You know what I'm saying? Whatever side of Africa you come from. Now, some of the great tributaries. Let me come down some. This right here is showing you some of the trade routes. You know what I'm saying? Some of the trade routes you see right there, Timbuktu, uh, Gayo, which was the capital of the Songhai Empire. You know what I'm saying? Gayo, and so is not far from Timbuktu. Not far from Timbuktu, but you see the trade routes. You see, showing you that there's nothing blocking Africans from, and so they didn't just show up yesterday. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just show. You can see that they was taking gold, and I see even, ivory, ceramic. Now, this was at the time of the Arab. So, I see where it also say slaves and shit, and so at that time it was going on. And so that's why, that's a thing that Dr. Ben taught me. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when we talk about the slave trade, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand that this system just ain't going east, it's coming west too. So, when the European was when he started up the damn slave trade, the Arabs was bringing slaves from East Africa into West Africa. You see what I'm saying? So, there was slaves coming, our peoples was captured. They was coming from all over the continent. Some was coming from South Africa. Let's deal with that. Some was coming from South Africa. So the continent was under siege at that time. You see, and so, but these routes are, have been there for a very long time, and going back into the ancient of days. And so, they some carried, they products on the backs of animals. Some sailed as far as they could go, and then when they got to the length of whatever body of water, whatever river, then they got off, and then they took their products, the rest of the way on the backs of animals. But, there has always been a continental, transit system between the great civilization. There's nothing barring our people, and a lot of people, I see people wonder whether our people could even come across the Atlantic Ocean. But y'all give goddamn Columbus and goddamn Leif Erikson or goddamn Viking, a barbarian and shit. They give all these, and Africans were so far more advanced than any of them peoples. You understand what I'm saying? But we still, we wonder whether, Africans could come across this damn ocean, which is beyond, is laughable to me at this late date. But we still, a lot of our people still in the damn I done came across the water. I done already proven that. They done already proven it. You know what I'm saying? And so too many of our people, they want to, stop, no, go and seize what belong to you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not just when you come across the water, it's not just the old Mac heads. I mean, it was so many statues and evidence of that the one white boy Wutana had found. He had over 10,000 artifacts, man, and some of those artifacts look like they come just right out of West Africa. I mean, when you look at a lot of the so-called Mayan codexes, you see those are Africans. There's no doubt about it. They look like, many of them look like they come straight out of West Africa. There's no doubt about it. So we got to quit, underestimating the power of our people, East and West. You know what I'm saying? East and West. And a lot of people, they talk about this so-called human migration, and that life started in Africa, and then they went out all over the world, and I do believe that, but they didn't change into nothing. That African people populated, and this is what they say. But see, they need to control the narrative. They got to make it seem like when you showed up, damn it, that you were looking like some goddamn Australopithecus or some goddamn half human piece, animalistic thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to believe that, and I don't believe in none of that garbage. What you are today is what you have always been. If you want to believe you came from a monkey, then that's your belief, nigga. Teach it to your babies if you want. It ain't nothing I'm gonna teach to mine. You see what I'm saying? But and so my question is, I said, well, goddamn, when did they become, when did they change? If they left out of Africa, they had to go in every landmass looking like an African. If the environment changed them, shit, it didn't change them when they got there. Shit, I'm just using a hypothetical. It would have taken goddamn hundred thousands of years to change somebody. Goddamn, even if motherfuckers say, oh man, when you go in the cold, you get lighter. Yeah, but goddamn, bone structure, your whole motherfucking nose and bone structure gonna change, nigga. You talking about some hell of a goddamn shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And so, we speak, but we don't, we don't understand. We don't understand. And so when you go into a lot of people think we make up, because they don't see the African populations that's still in Asia. You know what I'm saying? They don't see the population that's still in Asia. Yeah, they didn't went over there, and being over there, they had some intermixture with some, but the majority, a lot of them have retained the majority of their African DNA, and they look African, period. You know what I'm saying? They look African. So, when we say our peoples went into Asia and that they changed, well, goddamn it, show them the ones that's still there that did not change. So if they change, why did these Africans right here stay the same? And then why did the other ones happen to change into some damn Asians or this, that, and the third? So I make it clear that we are the original, the first and primordial people that ever existed on this planet. And that we were in every landmass before anything that you see on this planet today. And those are facts. Those are facts, especially in the Southern Hemisphere. Especially in the Southern Hemisphere, that's all us. That's all Kush. Matter of fact, everything in the Southern Hemisphere was referred to as Kush. And nobody, no straight head, Cro-Magnon Neanderthal beat us nowhere on this planet. Nowhere on this planet beat us getting there, especially in the Southern Hemisphere. I have to stress that. You understand? Because the thing is, they want you to believe that our people was walking. They were not walking. Our people, damn, the ship of Khufu, you could put that motherfucker right now on the Red Sea. And I ain't mean to say it like that, because Khufu is one of my great ancestors, and I love him so, and I give him praise. You can put his boat on the water right now and put tons on it. You know what I'm saying? That's how, large that ship is. And a lot of people don't, when we talk about these ships, you know what I'm saying? When we talk about these ships, a lot of people, they show you these little Egyptian ships, some little ass ship with a few people on it. They don't show you them barges that the Egyptians had, like the ones that had ship suit, selling, obelisks up and down the Nile, weighing 1,000 tons. You see, barges. The Egyptian had barges, not no damn little ship. So they don't want to show you, even when they show you, what that white boy did, Thor Hydrodog, who did, he tested Egyptian ships, but those were small ships. You know what I'm saying? And he made it with them. You know what I'm saying? He made it with them. And so you ain't gonna tell me that they, the barges, if they made it with the little one, I'm quite sure that the larger ones wouldn't have had no problem. And so that was, disingenuous to put the smallest one you could out there. But I guess that also proved the point that, African people had the technology to come across the damn ocean thousands of years ago. Thousands of years ago. You see what I'm saying? And that's just fact. So when we talk about, our peoples and traveling across the world and moving back and forth through Africa, north to south, east to west, this is, this is documented, and we got to quit looking at like our people just sitting in one area landlocked, that they not interacting just like today. The continent was interacting. We got to understand that we got to get out of this that we believe that West African civilization didn't have contact with the Nile, and that the Nile didn't have contact with which they showed with the Puntites. You know what I'm saying? Which I showed the other day. If you check the video out, and it's things that could be shown that they don't show, just like the stilt huts that they had on, Hatshepsut's funerary temple. They still living in them huts right now today. They still living in them huts all up and down the Nile. I showed it in the Sudan, where they living in them huts. So they know that our people come up out the South. You know what I'm saying? They know that our people come up out the South. The South was the most ancient area of Africa. So the East and the West African come up out of the South. They come out of the South and they move, and they expanded because they were growing. The populations was growing, so they had to expand. And so they move and, chasing, food and this, that, and the third. But you could see why the central area of Africa with the rainforests and, and the freshwater lakes, which I'm gonna do, a lot of videos to show the people the resources. That's what you got to talk about first. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna feed your people? Nigga, motherfuckers, it's about to go down now where, a lot of these goddamn store shelves is gonna be empty because they haven't learned the basics of how to feed themselves. And so we still in a serious situation. We look into the bags and all of this. And when them goddamn stores is empty, even the nigga with the bag gonna be hungry. You understand? If his ass ain't got nothing growing up out there, out in that backyard somewhere, you understand what I'm saying? He ain't got nothing stored up, and even that shit gonna wear out. So the knowledge of agriculture is still one of those primary knowledge based, subjects that you must have if you're talking about running a nation. You see, and so we see again that this area over in West Africa, the Niger River producing all, and Songhai was over 1 million people. You ain't gonna have no nations that big, that large, if you have not mastered agriculture. You know what I'm saying? And so they not only mastered agriculture, they was producing such high quality. I was looking at, a lot of the terracottas and the bronze casting, and that was going on in West Africa. Man, exquisite. Exquisite. I'm just gonna be real. Exquisite. And it don't even have to be compared, to nothing. I was seeing a lot of the plates that they took out of Benin and in the British, the fake ass British Museum. They got all our African, artifacts from all over. They done stole, but got a lot of the original the iron plates and whatnot that was cast in Benin, where they went in there and sacked the city and shit, and then just stole all the artifacts. But those bronze statues are immaculate. They not to be compared to anything in the world. They stand alone as one of the exquisite one of the exquisite the word I'm looking for is highlights of African culture. You see, trope, and it's greater than a trophy. But when you put your trophies up, your championships, you most definitely, when you're talking about putting up some of the highlights of Africa, a lot of these iron casted statues of West Africa is up there. I ain't even seen Egypt, producing on that level. Some of the exquisite. Now Egypt has a lot of things. I mean, stone and we give Egypt credit, but then when it comes down to some of that iron casting and those statues that's coming up out of the Benin, even the knot culture. You see what I'm saying? Exquisite. Is totally exquisite and cannot be compared to. And so when you got so many cultures, that's just like when I go to Ethiopia. I mean, they got just creations that you don't compare them. They so exquisite, they so profound. You just Great Zimbabwe is another. You don't compare it. You know what I'm saying? So when I run it down and I don't leave nothing out. When I get ready to run on these beats and I say, let's see who has the most profound, relics and the most profound, architecture in the world. There's no comparison to Africa. I don't care what you say. You can go to Great Zimbabwe. You can go to and add Ethiopia. You can add West Africa. It's so much over in West Africa that I want to highlight that, myself in the last years, just going and doing deeper research and saying, damn, I never knew this. Every time you doing they say you kick a rock in Africa, goddamn it, another book is to be written. You kick over a rock, damn it, you done found something else. You dig it, you put a spade down in the dirt, and goddamn it, here come another 100,000 years. You thought it was this old, but goddamn it, you find out that it's older. And so, family, today we dealing with the mighty Niger River, one of the gardens of Eden of Africa, one of the primary greatest civilizations. We talking about, in unison. We talking about one of the greatest areas of civilization to have ever existed on the planet Earth, and those are facts. And so we give high praise to our family and honor, the greatness of our people, and we continue to, announce, the greatness that has been hidden for all these years. All right, family. Make sure y'all get on over there to generalseti.com. Make sure you get over and do some goddamn research. Do some research. Get on over there, pick up and do some extra research and spin that wheel. Make sure you get down to South Africa. Then come on up, because a lot of y'all know a lot about the Nile. Now it's time to spin that wheel. Get down there in South Africa. You know what I'm saying? Get over there in West Africa and kick them goddamn Arabs out of North Africa and dig up under that and tell the truth. Yeah, they just got there. They done dirtied up the house, and so we got the clean house today. And to my family out there, don't ever be convinced that you should leave them there. Don't you ever believe that. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all done lost that revolutionary spirit in your ass. You know what I'm saying? They got to go. Yeah. You got to go. You understand what I'm saying? And so whenever y'all, just keeping them just like they got intentions on coming down closer and closer and taking more and more and more, you ain't got to say it out loud. Just keep it on your mind. And when you get that chance, then you do what you got to do. This is the General Seti Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power. Get on over there to Seti's page, because we about to deal with the knock, family. And I'm gonna drop it heavy and more heavier each time. All right, Black power.